In this episode, we trek through some more stunning scenery in the Bay of Islands. We visit a vineyard and then we start to sail south, encountering some of our worst sailing conditions yet. We finally arrive at the historic island of Kawau.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho.
The bay that we've anchored in is where Hongi Hika stopped on his way back from the inter-warfare of 1822. The stone steps down there in Oki Bay is where he took his slain soldiers, and they were carried ashore, and that's where they were prepared for burial. Today we were planning to walk over to Whangaruru Cove. Well, it's like a bay really, to go and see the old whaling station. We were going to walk up part of the Cape Brett Trail and then cut round, but it's closed because of the cowrie root disease.
This is really weird because there's a muddy path and you have to clean your feet. So what you do is you scrub it. You scrub your feet on these like scrubbers. Then what you do is that you get this disinfectant gun kind of looking thing and you spray it on your feet. Well, someone else has to do it because it's hard to do it by yourself.
We've come up the first part of the Cape Brett walk anyway, and we've got this amazing view over the Bay of Islands. This is called Pukuhui. It's 345 metres high, and the name means the congregation of chiefs on the hill overlooking Ipipiri, Bay of Islands. And it is in alignment to Cape Brett. Rako Manga Manga is Cape Brett, and that means the branching of the canoes. Rakau means tree and Manga Manga means branches. So this is the waypoint to Rapa Nui, which is on Easter Island. There's this Polynesian triangle that's formed. And we're going to head back down now. It's probably going to be another hour back down.
Long for my tasting, but I mean, yeah, it was alright.
At the start, I kind of got a bit sick of it, but downhill, it was kind of nice.
We had some good friends and Grandad came to visit, so we decided to take them all to see a vineyard.
We are walking to a vineyard to get pizza and do wine tasting.
Spend a little time with me today.
This is the Omata grapes from the Omata Vineyard, and we went on a long walk to come here for nice pizzas and wine tasting. And these are the grapes.
Like me from Tennessee, but you make me feel just like $1,000,000 francs. It's like money in the bank. Bonjour, mon ami. Would you give me back my joie?
Doesn't smell of anything.
Bonjour, my chérie. The time for love is aujourd'hui. I wanna see just what a French kiss ought to be. So maybe I can't parlez-vous français, just take me anyway. We both can't speak the language of love.
And soon it was time to make the sail south.
we are heading south, or we're trying to. There's not been a good weather window for a long time, but the wind is turning from the north. It's coming from the north tomorrow, so it's a good day to go south. But the only problem is we need to get out of the Bay of Islands into that northerly wind to get round the Cape. So at the moment we're trying to get around the first Cape, which is Tapeka Point, and I think tomorrow we might try and get round Cape Brett. So bit by bit really, but massive swell out here, and plus you've got the gusts nearly, up to 25, and the swell is the worst bit, I guess.
This is New Zealand summer. I'd like to see what it's like in winter.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's the best, but I don't think it's the worst passage we've done. I vomited and it made me feel way more better though.
We're trying really hard to put Grandad off sailing, but he just keeps coming back for more. What is it? Fine, apparently we've succeeded. Cape Brett is the one to do. So we got round it anyway and headed down the coast. Swell was equally as large, but we did have wind. And now we've decided to head into Whangaruru rather than go any further, because apparently Tutukaka hasn't got a very good entrance. It's and it's not going to be very nice in there. So with some local knowledge, we've been advised by our friends to go in here. So we're going to shelter here now. It's only like midday. Maybe we can get to shore and put our feet on dry land this afternoon.
We lost 3 beers. Don't know how we going. Broadsided by on the port side, and all the beers just shut out from the storage and started going off. It was like fireworks but with beer. We lost the waffle maker and probably the magic bullet as well, because that took a hammering.
Okay, so we always seem to lose a few kitchen appliances on these journeys. Doesn't matter what we do, just try and stow them away. That's the first time I've actually had the baskets in the bilges turn upside down and everything empty. So those waves were massive. So we're just carrying on the journey down from the Bay of Islands, and we got down to Kawau Island. So yesterday, we were in Whangaruru, which was nice and sheltered, and today it's been just motoring all day, and we're arriving at night, which is a lot calmer. But we're going to go and anchor in Bonjour Bay at night. We've kind of found out from friends, local knowledge, that it is okay to anchor at night here. It's kind of not a complicated anchorage. But it's always a little bit strange because you can't really judge space and distance so well when it's night time. So that is the challenge, but you just best thing is to be a bit cautious and don't go too close to any other boats, and you can always re-anchor in the morning. And also, because there's no wind, you don't have to worry too much tonight. If you like following our story, please hit the super thanks and help towards the creation of these videos. And if you'd like to have more access, we would love it if you join our Patreon family, where you get ad-free videos, cockpit sessions, downloads, guides, and you can message us directly.
After a good night's sleep, the next morning we headed onto the island of Kawau.
So we came ashore at what's known as the Mansion House, which was the old house that was built by the head of the mine here.
What was so cool is that we've met a family from New Zealand, and the guy, he actually used to work here as warden and told us a little bit of the history, which just makes it so much nicer.
I'm Mike, and I was a park ranger here for 3 years, about 20 years ago. It's really different because New Zealand conservation is all about the natural environment and the native species, and we don't have a lot of built history, so this is one of the few places where that's the focus of the conservation efforts. The Department of Conservation struggles to know which way to go with preserving places like this. They're not really built to last. They're built by pioneers with materials that were available at the time, so it's a real uphill battle trying to pick a period in time and preserve it. So you just come ashore at night time and it's teeming with them. It's a ridiculous island. It's 90% privately owned. There's 10% dock reserved. The wallabies are still here. There's 4 species of wallabies still here. The zebras are plains animals, and who knew that hillsides would make them fall over and break legs. So the zebras didn't last long. And the monkeys made an absolute nuisance of themselves as well, so they all got I lived in the next bay over in Two House Bay, and the path that had been here for 100 odd years started falling into the sea, so we had the option of building big retaining walls, which would have looked terrible from out on the water, to reinstate it or find another route. Everybody complained because it's like 3 times as far to go inland and around. I built that.
And now we're going to go and walk up a path that he actually built, that because it was kind of eroding away, and like he says, it's difficult to preserve these places. But it's an amazing place. It's beautiful. I mean, obviously it's been difficult to maintain it, but it's a beautiful house and beautiful gardens. Redwood track.
So this is to keep the wallabies out of the gardens.
And they don't come out in the day at all?
No, not really. They come out evenings, so it's when you see them.
And there's a lovely little walk sort of over the island through the trees to an old copper mine, which was built by Cornish copper miners in the early 1800s, and then they brought a steam pump in 1854 to try and get it restarted again, but I think it was unsuccessful.
Gary, what's down there?
I got copper! It's a cave. I can't get up though, we're stuck here.
And this is the steam pump which powered it when they tried to open it again in 1854. So the people who built this mine were brought in from Cornwall in England, which is the other side of the planet, but they were very specialist in doing underwater mining, underwater copper mining.
So this is a copper mine
You won't be able to see
Kawau
it.
Island.
So I gather that the copper was got from down there, and then they transported it to the boats through that tunnel down there. That's my guess.
So we're right there, and look how far down it went. Look, that's like one, two, three. That was like 3 times the size of this it went down.
We're gonna win this race. And it's really hard because I'm doing them in different directions. For winches, you know?
I can't believe it. So we just got overtaken by a wave because we're all being lazy here, and they're steaming past us. So that's one thing that gets the kids going. Really, is a race.
Well, we got all our sails out. We're trying to beat wave. but it's unfair because they've got a racing boat. But I mean, we are doing pretty good. We are doing 3 knots. I mean, you can't barely even feel the wind. We're doing pretty good. I mean, it's around like fast walking speed, so that's pretty good.
And now we're doing something that's very uncharacteristic of us and actually going into a marina, because there's a named storm coming through from Australia and going to hit the North Island tomorrow. And it's going to last for about 3 days with winds of 45 miles an hour true and gusting up to 50. And because I have to get my dad back to the airport at that time, we're not sure we can actually find an anchorage where we can actually get him ashore. So logistically it's all a bit tricky, so we're going to bite the bullet and go to a marina for a few days, hide from the storm, and make sure we can get transport to the airport.
And stay tuned for the next episode when we will take you around the Maritime Museum of Auckland and more of the islands around that area. Thank you for watching and enjoying these videos. So if you're the type of person that would like to thank us in return, then you can simply click on the Super Thanks button below, or otherwise you can support us on Patreon and get more than just 4 videos a month from as little as $3 a month. We look forward to seeing you there.
Spotty sails and a golden flag